All right, Madyson, how you doing? All right, I think you are
Oh,
mute.
I can hear you now.
Okay, all right, all right. So we'll jump right into it. Allow me to do introductions. For our fans and our followers, welcome to the Athletes Grind by Five Star Athletics. I'm your host, Ray. We got another special guest with us today. I'm so pleased to have this young lady on. A great young lady out of Georgia, Madyson Wilson, 2022 recruit from Westlake High School, 6A state champ. Congratulations. All right.
Thank you.
Of course, Powerade All Metro Girls Team. You were recognized as the Powerade All Metro Girls Team. How you
Yeah,
doing today? Welcome to the show.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. And again, thank you so much for joining us here. We're definitely going to talk about track. But first, for the fans, the followers, most importantly, I think track coaches, collegiate coaches around the country. Madyson, why don't you tell us some things about yourself?
Um, So, on the track side, I'm a pretty versatile athlete. I can do the 200, 400, 300 hurdles, any relay, long jump. It doesn't matter. Um, School side, high on academics. I have a 3.8 GPA now,
Nice.
and I'm just excited about next season and next school year.
Right, right, right. And Madyson, you are humble within your own right because you did not mention how you're third in Georgia in the 300-meter hurdles, 10th nationally with your time just this past season. So definitely want to throw that in there. But you talked about your academics, and before we go anywhere else, you talked about having a high 3.8, I believe you said. But what is it that you would like to be? After, of course, you want to run collegiately and hopefully one day Olympics. I'm thinking, right? Again, right? Of course. So after you hang the spikes up, what do you want to do in your career besides track?
After college, I plan to become a pediatric orthopedic doctor. So in my college, I'm looking for a school that has a good balance between the academic side and the athletic side, so I can maintain a good degree but still run on the next level.
Absolutely, absolutely. And again, we're talking about track, but also, to get to know the person, because I talk to quite a few track coaches, collegiate coaches, and it's not just about the track; it's about the person specifically as I talk to them. But so, what, getting more into you, what's your favorite musical artist? You run some big time events, some big time races. What gets you going? What are you listening to nowadays?
Um, Before every meet, I listen to Meek Mill, and
Okay.
the one song I make sure to turn on is "Dreams and Nightmares" by him, because
Yes.
that song just be speaking to me and get me in the zone.
Listen, Madyson. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was listening to some 1942 flows on the way home. It's something about Meek Mill that just every time that thump
It
when he
do
comes
something
in.
to you.
Yeah, it does something to you. Absolutely, absolutely. So, what about your role models? You come from a very stable home environment. Role models, whether it be parents, other track athletes. Who do you look up to?
Well, within the house, definitely both of my parents. My mom, her drive and dedication, I really look up to her for that. And my dad, he just, he ran track as well. So he's really someone I can go to about anything when it comes to track and just life in general. But athletes right now, the person I look up to the most is definitely Sydney McLaughlin. I was watching her in the Olympic trials and I just got chills watching her run, breaking a world record. She's so humble and graceful when she runs, and I inspired like that.
But she got that lion in her, right? She got that
Yeah,
lion in her, right? Of course.
lion hearted.
Right, exactly, exactly. And more learning more about you, Madyson. How would your friends describe you? What would they say about you if we asked them? Tell us
They
now.
would
Don't
definitely
hold back now.
say,
Don't hold back.
they would definitely say, I don't act how I look.
Mhm.
I like to have fun. I'll say that. But when it's time to handle business, that's what I'm doing. So when I do get to hang out with them, it's all fun.
Okay. All right. All right. And more so, do you have maybe a life motto that you live by? Anything? Any quotes that you live by? Anything you tell yourself as you get the day started? Anything you live by?
not really, but this past season when I was like battling injuries and stuff, I was just shocked that things kept working out for me. So the but God mentality just kept me going.
Absolutely, absolutely, spiritually. Gotcha. And we see where you are now. We talked about all metro team, girls team. We talked about being a 6A state track state champion. But when did it start for you? How did you get involved in track? You talked about your dad running track, but is that how you got started? Tell us how you got started in track.
No.
Okay.
Okay, so when I was younger, I did gymnastics, and one of the events in gymnastics is ball, and I was just always so fast running down the ball, and I always wanted to run track because I was always around track, being that my dad was the track coach for so long. But I didn't start early like most people. I didn't start running track till I was going to 8th grade, so I was 12 at the time. And it just kind of came naturally to me. So it was fun for me in the moment when I was younger, and it got more serious once I got to high school. So ever since then, it just been what I stuck with.
Right. It's not only does it come naturally to you, but it's some genes in there too. So if dad runs track,
Yeah.
right? So
All the way down the line, yeah, not
absolutely,
just
absolutely.
that.
Oh, all the way down the line. So who else runs track in your family?
Everybody else didn't run track, but just the athleticism,
Right,
it goes
right,
far down.
right. And I'm going to get more into that later down the line. But so you talked about running track starting in the 8th grade. Did you always run? Did you always run 300 hurdles? Did you? What other events did you run? What did you start out with?
Okay, so when I started 7th grade summer, I ran the 400 and the 200. And I mean, it was just something to start me off. I didn't really find my niche at the time, but I was just getting into the groove of track. So that's what I did up until 9th grade. And in 9th grade, that was my first year hurdling. So this is really my second year because I didn't have a sophomore season.
Right.
So last year was my second year hurdling. But before that, I just ran the 400 and 200.
Wait, hold on now. Hold on. So this is really the second year, and you got the 10th best time in the country. So explain that. Talk to us about that. Where does that come from?
I just worked for it. Like I used to be at the school at 6 o'clock before school started.
Wow. Wow. And that's what we want to hear, because a lot of athletes think that it's just going to come, but you have to put the hard work into it. So
yeah, and I also have really good training partners. I trained with you might know of him, Malik Nixon. He goes to Westlake as well, and we just pushed each other through every workout, supported each other. If somebody was sitting down, like, get up, bro, we got to start the next rep. So
right.
Yeah, as well.
And but what do you like most about track? What is it about track that you love?
This might sound crazy, but I like that it's mentally challenging. Like I like the challenge that it gives me, and I like that track is a humbling sport, not just for me, but for everybody. It keeps you real mellow. And if you want it, you got to go after it. So having that drive within me it just makes it.
Absolutely. And so, talk a little bit about what your favorite memory is from athletics. I'm not sure if you just ran track or if there was other sports that you played, but what is your favorite memory to date right now in athletics?
As of right now, I think it would be making the Powerade All Metro team because at state, I didn't run the fastest time out of all regions. I ran 0.1 seconds slower than the girl who ran the fastest time. But when the list came out, I was excited because that's something that I have been working for since the season started. Like I told my dad, I wanted to win the Powerade All Metro team, and he was like, "You could do it. It's yours." And I was kind of disappointed at state, even though I had just won because I thought I wasn't going to make the team.
Right.
So when that came out, I was really happy about that because I got selected because I had consistent times and consistent progression. So I was really happy about that.
Right, absolutely. And going forward, you talked about you can't wait until next season. So what are your goals going into next season? I mean, you got a top 10 time right now. It's going to be your senior year. What are you focused on? What is going to be your goals going forward?
want to have fun. One goal I do have for the 300 hurdles is I want to go 40 point and just enjoy my senior season.
Right, right. Okay. All right, all right, all right. And what about team goals? Is there any team goals for your team?
We definitely want to win state again. We won state this past year, so ending out a state champion, that would be good.
Okay, all right. And then you talked about the team state championship, and absolutely congratulations on that, because it is a team sport as well as the individual sport. That's the great thing about track, right? But what do you like most about your teammates?
We can hang out outside the track. We're not always serious. Like even at practice, we're joking around, and like I said, we hang out outside the track. So we're really a family. It's not all business, but when it is business, it's business. When it's not, it's
Right, right, right. And getting back to your training routine. So you talked about starting at 6 a.m. So tell us. We don't need all your secrets or anything like that, but
not.
tell us a little bit about your training routine.
So in the summer, like right now, I mostly work on strength and conditioning work. So right now I'm doing weights 3 days a week in the mornings. And closer to August, I'll start working on my mileage to get me prepared for the season. Around September, that's when I'll start going in the mornings before school, like just getting my body back in the groove of running. Nothing too hard because we do have a long season ahead of us, but just getting my body back right. October, that's when I'll start back getting in shape. The real hard base work. That's that. And then around February, that's when everything just starts to fall in place. We start seeing the progression, and then May, that's state. So
Right.
it just is what it is at state.
Okay.
You're gonna win it or you're not.
Okay. All right. All right. And we have our Mr. Ginger shots. We're sponsored by Mr. Ginger shots, and we have the question of the night. So of course you're a highly touted athlete, track athlete. But is there any schools, right? Because you're going into your senior year. Any schools that you're looking at? Any schools that maybe you want to hear from? Maybe that you have not heard from?
I am looking at a few schools right now, but one school that I do want to hear from, well, actually two schools that I want to hear from, are probably LSU and Kentucky because they have a good 400 hurdle team.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, those are two great squads right now. So that's really good. That's really good. And you talked about the 200, the 300-meter hurdles. You're jumping a 19. In the long jump. Is there any other events that you want to improve on that maybe you want to run at the next level going forward?
Uh, Not. I'm more so focused on perfecting what I'm good at right now. And for me, I think I'm best at the 300 hurdles of all of my events. So I'm gonna just work on that for the time being. But I do want to get in a few more 200s because I shocked myself this year. I didn't run a 200 since 8th grade, and I just ran one out of nowhere this year, and I ran 24.5. So I was like, if I actually do some sprint work, I might, run something a little faster. So I do want to get a chance to run a few more 200s this year. But like going into championship season, I'm really gonna be locked in with the 300 hurdles and the long jump.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. And as you look to make a decision for the next level collegiately, what are you going to be looking for? You talked about your career goals, but what are you going to be looking for specifically in an athletic program when choosing a college?
Um, Definitely a program that's progressing athletes, not just staying where they were at, or like if they came in running fast, they still running the same times.
Right.
That's not going to do anything for me. So
Right.
I want to definitely be able to progress on the next level, and like you said, also obtain a good degree.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Madyson, to wrap this up, we definitely want to give you the opportunity to say whatever you would like, as it relates to you individually. So we're gonna put you on the spot, of course. Okay, all right. So any shout outs that you want to give, anybody that you want to say thank you to, now's the time to talk to any college coaches that are going to be tuning in. The floor is yours. Go ahead.
My thank yous can go to everybody. the cryo place, they help me recover all the time. My chiropractor, just everybody who supported me, my parents, siblings, teammates, coaches, everybody who's been there the whole way. To college coaches,
Yes.
I'll be there in a year. And when I be there, y'all be ready. I'll be ready too.
Okay. All right.
I'm ready to get this recruiting process sped up and make a decision. So
Mm-hmm. So, but specifically, I'm gonna push you now. I'm gonna push you on it now because you know it's a lot of college coaches that look at these podcasts. So specifically, if a college coach was to recruit you, you know, as they recruit you, what are they going to receive in return when offering you a track scholarship? Tell them what they will receive. What are they getting from you?
um somebody who's going, an athlete who would be able to do like any relay they need, because that's what I've been doing in high school. Somebody who's gonna push through the hard workouts, the morning weights and everything, because that's what I'm used to already. Just somebody with some drive and dedication, an athlete who really wants to be there and progress.
Absolutely, absolutely. And to wrap it up, so specifically, how can your fans, your followers, any college coaches that are interested in you, how can they follow you? If you would like to give out your Twitter, your IG, now is that time. How can they follow you?
My Instagram is Madyson Wilson, so it's Madyson and Wilson, and my Twitter is Madyson Wilson 5.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Madyson, thank you so much for joining us here on the Athletes Grind by Five Star Athletics. Have a great, great season. We look forward to watching you again, and be well and have a safe and healthy season.
Thank you.
All right, take care.
You too.